This video is for those who are unsure whether they want Astra or wonder if she is future-proof. Hey all, Mukro here. Version 1.5 is a weird patch. It is quite big as well, just like Evelyn and Astra. We are getting a smoke show and our first S-rank support agent, who also happens to be Ether, the rarest element the game offers. Let's start with her kit. Her core skill provides 1200 attack for 20 seconds, which can be extended to 30 seconds with repeated triggers. Every assist and chain attack acts as a trigger, while idling on the field, her skill grants 20% damage. With Astral Voice, this goes to 50% and 25% critical damage to everyone. She also deals some follow-up attacks whenever she is idle. All of her follow-up damage isn't that great, it's just there. And since she's a support agent, these attacks mainly serve to trigger potential disorders, and deal even more small damage as long as a mob stays corrupted and gets hit. Unless someone in the future can synergize really well with them, this doesn't seem great. Her ult makes her idle on the field. Again, it is essentially the same as her skill, the only difference is that it turns next assists into chain attacks. Man, it feels like a deja vu. Have I used this character in a different game before? Gameplay wise, she doesn't offer much, but then again you could say the same for most of the support characters. Also, her Wengines seem really weak, even her signature one actually. Technically she can use the Volt, but it's not that great for her since the buff only lasts for 2 seconds. So yeah, for now, most Wengines, except for Kaboom and Bashful Demon, seem pretty bad. You can always run Slice of Life for extra decibels though. Hopefully we will get some free-to-play Wengines like in Honkai Star Rail. The Heart of Shop light cons there are really good for some characters. Hopefully we can get something like that here as well, other than Box Galaxy I mean. To be honest, I think the most important part of her kit is her first Mindscape. Whenever Astra hits an enemy, it reduces all attribute res by 6%, but it can stack up to 18% and lasts for 30 seconds. With each hit, it refreshes the duration. Now we know why she has those follow-ups. Are we sure this is the first time that I'm seeing this character? Hoyo tends to create decent or impressive characters and then slap elemental resistance reduction on them. Astra is no different. She's not amazing, but she's easy to use, which I guess makes her impressive on its own. And then when it comes to the who she really affects, you would think it is crit DPSs, but nothing really changes for them. Attack buff is not higher than other supporters and crit DPSs tend to burst all the DPS, so they don't really care about how long the buff or debuff stays. Nicole is a really good example for this. So slightly higher attack and damage increases don't really affect them. Oh yeah, there's also the mini crit damage buff. I know it is there just to be usable on Evelyn, but how small it is annoys me. So naturally, there is only Anomaly units left. And yes, she's really good with them. Most of the Anomaly team's problem is they have so much uptime, but also buffs from supports don't last long unless your name's Sokaku. So Lucy was a good option, and still is, cause how quick she is with applying her buff. Meanwhile, Astra just uses her skill, or ult, and you leave her be. That buff is basically unlimited. She's going to increase clear time quite nicely since we are also going to use Astral Voice on her. Before we talk about whatever she is useful to you, here's a quick reminder. You are probably not subscribed. Liking and subscribing to small creators like me is a simple yet highly effective way to show your support. I'm also planning to make a similar video before Evelyn drops. So when it comes to my account, I have a lot of crit DPSs. I have Soldier 11, I have Zuyuan, everyone has Haramusa. I don't have Haramusa's double engine, I didn't really see a reason why, but I have for Zuyuan, and my Zuyuan and Haramusa share their gear, so that's why they're this way. And I didn't really use Soldier 11 in ages, but if she gets a bit more dedicated support, I can really consider it. My only anomaly agent is Jane. So I genuinely have nothing to boost here with Astra. I have my double engines, sure, but like my Jane's double engine is pure luck. I didn't even want to get her double engine, so I didn't even want to get Jane. It's more like I got double engine accidentally, so I might as well pull Jane. And like I quite enjoy her, so I don't really see a problem for myself here. My Miyabi is M1 with S1, so no problems there. My Nakamata is kinda going somewhere, I guess. Maybe I will use her at some point. But for Anomaly part, I have no investment whatsoever. My biggest investment other than Jane would be Seth with his double engine, but like, I didn't really get more. Also, all of my S ranks here, basically. I have Coleda's and Grace's double engine as well, but I'm not thinking about pulling Grace from Guarantee at this point, since my account is mostly crit based. Might as well just go for Lycon or Chingy at that point. It's not that I have no interest in Anomaly agents, I quite like them. No problems with that, it's just like Bernice came out when Kaisar was coming out. And I was like, okay, I don't really have funds. So I'm going for the sword and shield or dual flamethrowers. I choose sword and shield. So that's basically that. And I thought Kaisar would stand strong back then, but at the same time back then I didn't really understand how the game worked really well. So sort of like in each update basically I made slight mistakes. I went for Jane, I should have went for Chingy because of Zuyuan. If I went Jane, I shouldn't have gone to Kaiser. Instead, I should have gone to Bernice. So you see my mistakes here. I'm not supporting my DPS. My biggest support to my DPS all the time is Nicole. Like everyone. And right now, if I get Astra, I have nothing to boost here. Yes, my Jane is going to deal more damage, but only with herself. There is nothing to support. So Astra, at the moment at least, is a really bad idea for me. If I'm going to get Astra, I might as well get Bernice or Yanagi. Mostly Bernice though, I really like Bernice's playstyle more. I just, like I said, didn't pull her because of Kaiser. Do I really want to pull Bernice in the rerun? I don't know, really. Because there are a lot of good characters coming out. And let's go to league section for this part, I guess, because back then as well, my reason for not pulling Chingy was different than accidentally pulling Jane's double engine. There is probably going to be a better stunner soon, right? Right? Not really. Well, that guess didn't age well. So I should technically pull Chingy here, but again, I'm in the same boat. If they're releasing Chingy now, they're probably going to release another stunner soon. That's my assumption. That's full tinfoil hat theory, okay? So like, I have no clue. The biggest leak we all know is Idol section is coming. One of them is a Ice support agent. Other one is a Ether anomaly agent. And the third one, and which I'm looking forward to most, is a physical stunner agent. So, if that physical stunner is at the same level, if not more, than Chingy, well, I would basically lose my Chingy, but like, I hope that character is good, but at the same time, I hope we get a leak about that at some point. A bit more leak, you know? But right now, from 1.6, we are potentially not getting a stunner unless something changes next week, okay? Because we are not in the leaks week because they are delaying everything by a week. So we should have got drip marketing and whatnot this week. We didn't. We might get it in a few days, but it doesn't seem like it at the moment. So whoever is coming in 1.6, potentially Vlad, and the purple lady that they showed, I don't remember her name. Unless they're a stunner agent, I don't know. And Vlad was Ice attacker. So that is basically Stonks for lighter. But I'm not sure if they're going to be good, because potentially, most likely from the story they have shown, we are getting Obol Squad soon. And for some reason Soldier 11 is in the trailers as well. So, you know, we are probably getting them in 2.0, 2.1, 2.2. Maybe they will spread them, which is unlikely so far from what we have seen. they release them in bulk instead. Maybe delay a agent to 2 patches later, 1 patch later, with how they dealt with Sons of Calydon. That's my reference. And basically how the maid faction works as well, Victoria Housekeeping works as well. You're getting Vlad, it should come as a Victoria Housekeeping agent, how he is related to Lycon and whatnot. So it comes down to, I have nothing to support with Astra again. So unless something changes, I'm not pulling Astra. Instead, I'm pulling Chingy or another stunner agent. And I'm getting Lycon soon. So there's also that. Maybe I won't even go for Chingy just cause of that. Because I can use Kaiser in any other team, basically. I can drop my Jane team if I really want to and use Kaiser, and with Miyabi I can just use Lycon and call it a day. My Miyabi is pretty stacked as well, my clear times are still pretty solid, nothing really changes. It's not gonna change for a while, I guess, since she is still new. But forget all of the agents now, all of the double engines. Let's talk about the biggest thing that they bring. A Bangbu that we can actually use, that does more than elemental damage. Snap is the only Bangbu without a condition that will increase your damage. Its only condition is you do an assist. And that's it. That's the catch. It's not even a catch. You can only reach level 6 of a skill in a Bangbu without any copies. But even at level 6, it is a 6.8% damage bonus. Which is not a lot, I know. But it is free. It is completely free, you don't need to do anything, and assists are pretty normal. If you're not going to do assists well, you can also dodge as well. That is also an option, which is awesome. Some of the characters just focus on dodges, and they can either do dodges extremely easily or they get bonuses from dodges, specifically anomaly units, you know? I think we will see Snap in the future teams quite a lot. That 7% damage boost might not seem like a big deal, but it is just a free boost. And compared to every other Bangbu, they all have a condition for achieving something. Well, Snap's conditional boost is not to scoff off, but like I am not pulling Evelyn and Astra just for 4% heal. For finishing thoughts, I'm not going to pull Astra since I don't have anomaly agents, but if you have a lot of anomaly agents, yes, she is a really good boost for you. At the end of the day, whatever you choose to pull, I hope you get them early. And I hope you have amazing overall pulls. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.